Welcome, everybody, to Season 5, Episode 9 of Buzz with yours truly, Mama T. I hope you all had a great week and a great weekend, and you have big plans for next weekend. We're not quite sure what our plans for next weekend are yet, but we'll figure it out. We always do. We've got a great show for you tonight. This guy, he is so creative, and he's got such a great voice and such a great song. I hope you guys think he's as cool as I do. His name is Wons Phreely, and after a quick message from Grand Forks Best Source, we'll get right into it.
Today's episode of The Buzz with Mama T is brought to you in part by Grand Forks Best Source. They're a cutting-edge local media broadcasting studio with captivating shows, on-location event coverage, and unparalleled advertising opportunities. Grand Forks Best Source has been a haven for podcasters like me seeking to bring their visions to life. If you're a podcaster and looking for a studio to record in, or a platform to broadcast your show, or even a local business seeking a great place to advertise, go ahead and email Paul at local@gfbestsource.com or call him at 701-740-9337. In addition, you can go to gfbestsource.com to find more information. Tell him Mama T sent you.
Hi, Wons. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Mama T. Good to be here.
I'm so excited. I finally got you on the show. I can't even remember how long ago it was that I got your album. Like, this guy is so cool. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, this is his album plus the horses. And along with this album, not only did he write me a little letter, but also a little hand-drawn self-portrait, if you will. I just love that. I love when artists get personal and it sends that personal message and really connects you with your fans. So why don't you tell me about the wonderful accent you have and where you grew up?
Yeah, I'm from Australia. I'm from the west coast of Australia, and I think I've been living out in LA for like nearly 10 years now. And people ask me often, where's your accent from? And when I say it's Australia, they often think, oh, really? I didn't think so. Like, maybe they think I'm British. But I think people maybe don't know on TV when you see an Australian, they're very, hey, you going, mate? Yeah, blah. Crocodiles, crikey. But on the West Coast, it's not quite as thick. But on most of the famous states and cities are on the East Coast, and that's a bit more where that accent that you hear comes from. I think on the West and maybe in the South it's a little less thick and Australian. But
Trip on the Bobby.
Exactly, that classic Australian one. So it could be that I don't have that, or it could be that I've been in the USA a little while, so maybe it's changing a little.
Got a little thinner.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Perth?
Mm-hmm.
And how did you get into music?
Oh boy. I think it was just something that was around the house. I think my dad's pretty passionate about music, and my mum's not adverse to it either. And yeah, I think there was things about childhood that I didn't love. Like, I guess I wasn't crazy about school and stuff. I got pretty bored, and that kind of, I think, maybe like just made me escape into things I love more, like music and stuff. It's just endlessly fascinating. Like, I'm pretty into all the things. Like, I was pretty into art in school and drama and stuff, but music just seems to be this a whole other level. It just taps, because it's not visual. It just gets right into you. I don't know. So yeah, I'm always obsessed.
Music calms the mind. Where words fail, music speaks. Music to me is the universal language. Like, you can pick up a guitar no matter where you are in the world, if you know how, or any instrument, or just start singing. I mean, you don't even have to know the language. You can feel the music. And it's healing, and it connects everybody. That's just I've always been into music myself. What kind of music did your dad listen to? What kind of music did you listen to growing up?
Well, I remember, I think one of the most vivid ones I can remember was ABBA, actually. Um, and what else? I mean, I remember Billy Joel. We would do these long driving holidays or vacations, drive somewhere for a week up the coast, and there was a bit of Billy Joel. And yeah, it was pretty amazing. His how many great songs he's got. Um, and yeah, I think there was a little bit of Chris Christopherson as well. Um, that would have been impactful. I think that's the main ones I can really recall.
And who were your musical influences as far as your sound goes? Because you have your own complete style, like everything. So okay, I gotta say something real quick. Hi, sweetie. So you and my boyfriend actually have your real first name. You both have the same first name.
Okay,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. So anyway, hi, sweetie. Um, what kind of music inspired your sound? Like you went from listening to dad's music, and then what really got you into, okay, you know what, I kind of want to sound like that, or I don't want to sound like that. What formed your style?
Yeah, it's been a real journey. Like, and like any sort of kid when they're in their slightly angry teenage years, you have like harder music or rap or stuff like that. But then towards the end of high school, I actually found Bob Dylan. We were staying at our my parents' friend's vacation house, and there was this box of old CDs, and I just got this like someone had burnt like 20 songs onto a CD, and I was obsessed. Yeah, it blew my mind. I can still remember my mind being blown by Bob Dylan songs. Um, yeah, wow. Actually, thinking about it, it's cool. I'm a little bit getting a little bit emotional.
Don't cry. Don't cry. Might be a couple wrong. Because if you cry, then I'll cry. And then everybody else will start crying. Nobody wants to watch a show that makes them cry. They might. They
Yeah,
might
so
actually.
Bob Dylan, and then I thought, okay, well, what is so cool about Bob Dylan? I think it's the lyrics, and I thought, well, I can write lyrics. I might not be like that musical, but if it's all it takes is using your brain to try and actually say something, then I can try that, because a lot of music doesn't try that. So I got really into that idea of narratives and messages, and then I started thinking, well, maybe I can mix it with, but like I didn't. When I started thinking about that, I thought, well, it's a shame if the art form is just something that's from 50 years ago. I thought it would be cool to take what he's doing and then try to like carve something new with it. And I was trying to mix a lot of, experimental production for a while. And I did that. And in the end, I kind of gave up. I just sort of thought it's, I wish I could make music that's never been made before, but I don't know if I can. In the end, I just, if I can just reach people emotionally and maybe, um, help them get through the day, because that's what really music is in the end of the day. And all that stuff that I was thinking, lyrics and messages, I kind of let that go too. Like I kind of thought it's really just about the music that I listen to the most is the one that gets me through the day, even if I don't necessarily know there's not any political message or anything. Like a lot of it I do still love that has like really clear social commentary. Like Billy Bragg is actually one of my favorites. He's got an amazing album that I think everyone should own called Talking to the Taxman About Poetry. Um, but yeah, so now I'm just all about, in a way, like trying to do with music what music's done for me, which is like get me through tough stuff.
What is one of the first songs you remember writing? What did you do with it? What was your writing style with it?
Um, Yeah, I can remember the first song I wrote. It was sort of like someone had showed me how to play Knocking on Heaven's Door, and so I just took those chords and just like wrote this. I don't know. A song. It wasn't terrible. Actually, I think my first songs, don't get me to play them because I haven't tried to play them for a while. But I think my first songs were kind of cool. Like I sort of got it. Like there was something about songwriting that I think I understood innately. And I'm still not like a great musician, but the idea of words and melody just over basic chords. Um, so to answer your question, what did I write about? That first one was just a weird, girl boy thing, but it wasn't terrible. And yeah, and then I just kept on writing a few more, and there was yeah, and then I thought I'll try to be a bit more like Bob Dylan at one point. I remember listening to some of his stuff. He was pretty he was a bit almost, he was kind of nasty actually. Like he was almost on some albums he was like a bit of a chauvinist, or it ain't me, babe, and stuff. So I think I remember thinking about that, and I don't know. Yeah, and then I thought, okay, you go through the stages, like, okay, well, what's kind of happening now? But all that stuff I've sort of transitioned away from. Now I'm just like, I'm not trying to make music for anybody. I'm just trying to make it for the version of me that is out there that needs something to get them through.
And what is this version of you? What genre do you think, like you say you don't think you're that great of a musician. I think you are. I think you're awesome. Or I wouldn't have invited you on the show. Because remember, we chatted about this before
Mm-hmm.
I made sure I thought you were awesome before I booked you.
Well, I mean, I think I'm a good songwriter, and I've had things that have indicated that I am, and sort of like quantified that for me. I've won some awards for songwriting, and I've had a publishing deal with a big publisher. So I know I can write songs, and I understand, and I know what they sound like. But it does require sometimes me working with other talented musicians to get the vision out of my head.
Yeah, you were in Voyage LA magazine. Yeah, was it 2015 that you moved to LA?
Yeah.
How did you end up in a magazine? That sounds really cool.
Oh, in that magazine, it's just a thing. Everybody in LA is in a magazine. They always
Really?
need somebody in the magazine. Um, yeah, they just I don't know. They just asked me to tell my story, and I think, yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. So you were saying about songwriting and I don't know. Oh, the
Your
version of
songwriting,
me.
yeah, like, well, what's your creative process? Like, you start with the words, or do you hear you just like strum around and find a good hook and put words to it, or
I've
what's your
tried
what's your
every way. I've tried every way. Like there was periods where I was just writing words and I'd try and put music to them. At the moment, I'm really into the music first. And so sometimes if I really want the music to carry me, I won't even be thinking about the words. I'll put down a little idea on the computer, and then I might just lock myself into a dark room and listen to it and see what the music actually tells me. It's so cool when the music's telling me the story. I think that's something I took me a long time to realize, that the emotion is in the music, and if you can connect the right words with the music, that's when really magic happens.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah,
I love that. That's awesome. I ask every musician that question too, and like everybody gives me a different answer. Like I get a different answer from everybody. It's so mind blowing to me that there's so many ways to. I mean, I mean, when I was a kid, I wrote a couple of songs. The relationship ones. You always start out with relationship ones, and oh no, I okay. I guess when we go to commercial, I'm gonna have to go get my charger. I forgot my charger downstairs. And am I frozen? Yes, I'm frozen. Hold
oh,
on.
you are frozen on my end.
Oh, hold on a second.
You
I'll go
are
like this.
frozen.
That should work. There we go. Um. Okay. Let's see. When did the horses come out? Was it plus the
Well,
horse?
that CD that you held up is kind of like a companion piece that I put together with like stuff from singles and EPs, and I just made that for people who got the pre-release of the actual LP. So yeah, I put that together last year. I just grabbed a bunch of stuff that wasn't online and put that together, and then the main LP is the one called Restless to Run, and that's currently people like yourself have picked it up, but it's only available in physical formats, vinyl and CD, and some of it's online on streaming, but the other half is not out yet. So I'm still working towards getting all of it out on streaming, but it's kind of nice to have some of it, half of it exclusive just to physical, because yeah, we're in such a weird time with digital and AI and stuff. So having things that people want to hold is kind of a cool thing.
And I would rather have, I mean, yeah, for some reason the Wi-Fi goes down, I still have music to listen to. I can still listen to music. I've got a CD player. I've got a couple of good stacks of all kinds of different genres. No matter what mood I'm in, I've got something I can play, and it's going to get me through the day without being connected, you know. Or if I just don't feel like being connected, maybe I feel like being in my house all by myself all weekend. Sorry, sweetie. I didn't call him yesterday or today. You get those days. We are going to go ahead and cut to commercial here pretty soon, though, because for some reason my computer is already getting close to dying, and that would not be good. When we come back from commercial, though, what we're going to do is we are going to see you as a human puppet. Tell me you know what? I was gonna say, tell me real quick how this got put together, but this story is too long. This is a long story, and so this is so cool. I mean, you are just so creative, and I can't imagine how much work went into this, especially for the amount of time you had in that location. This is just what? All right, you know better than that. My daughter knows better than to message me when I'm on the show. Like, that's what people stop talking to me all weekend or don't talk to me all week, and then boom, my phone starts blowing up while I'm live. You know, that's just how it works. But we're gonna go to commercial. We come back. We're going to watch The Faithful Heart. Wons Phreely, everybody. Stay tuned.
When it comes to podcasts and social media, stick with the best. Grand Forks' best source. Keep up to date with local happenings and news, interviews with city leaders, athletes, nonprofits, and of course, lots of feel-good stories. You know, Grand Forks' best source is a great way to advertise your business or events with the most economical ad packages available. And contact us to find out how you can have your own podcast with the best studio in the area. Check out Grand Forks' best source on your favorite social media app. Grand Forks' best source, the Forks' best local podcast. Call 701-213-0863 or online at gfbestsource.com. We love the Forks. Grand Forks' best source, giving the Forks their identity again.
What's up, Red Lake Nation Radio? This is your host, DJ Soko. Come join me if you're Ace or Donnell from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Soko Saturday, where I have a new segment, Soko's Metal Madness Hour from 7 to 8 p.m., bringing the North all the new and classic metal to the masses. The first 3 hours will be the old school hits, the rock and roll classics, and all other genres of music. Even country. So come take a cruise with me, DJ Soko, bringing the fire right here on 105.3 WRLN, Red Lake Nation Radio. Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by AFS Automated Financial Services, your partner for fast, reliable, and affordable payment processing. Whether you're taking payments at the counter, on the go, online, or through a full POS system, AFS makes it easy to get paid anywhere, anytime. They handle credit, debit, EBT, gift, and loyalty cards across every industry and touchless options available for all in-person transactions. Entrepreneurs and ISOs can even earn monthly residuals through AFS partnership opportunities. The tools are yours. The income is yours. You'll get approvals in under an hour. 24-hour equipment deployment or reprogramming. Low, simple rates, matched or beaten, or they pay you, and 24/7 live customer service. You get the technology, rates, and support your business deserves. For a free cost analysis or rate quote, call 1-877-738-5010 or visit automatedfinancialservice.com. AFS, smart technology, real service, better business.
Visit littlebobbybuzz.com, your source for Little Bobby merch and music. Keep up with the bar and don't forget about the buzz with Mama T. That's littlebobbybuzz.com.
Restless nights of teenage lust, racing beat up cars in parking lots, longing to
I love that video. It cracks me up. Just making sure. Just got to make sure. So tell me there had to be a lot of work that went into doing that video. Tell everybody how this got set up and where you were.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I was thinking about the music video, and I had some other idea. I had a different idea, and then I started thinking, and that other idea, I was thinking I wanted to feel like it's all in one shot, but it was a bit hard to make it feel like one shot. And then I thought, well, maybe dancing's the best to do a one-shot music video, and I'm not really good at dancing. I'm not really good at choreographed dancing, and I kind of had this fear of it. Like I tried to go line dancing with my friends, and I was just treading on people's toes. So I thought, okay, this is the chance to face my biggest fear of dancing in public. And I reached out. First I tried, I knew that if I got some choreographers and dancers involved, that it was the price tag would start escalating quickly, because every time you pay someone to rehearse, it's a cost. And so I sort of figured out how to do the dance myself, went on YouTube and found some different moves. And when I had it roughly down, then I just started searching for choreographers and help, and then so they could help me polish it, and they could help me bring in people. And the main thing that the other dancers needed, the biggest challenge, is somebody who could lift me, because I knew I wanted to do this funny lift. And I don't think that's not everybody can do that. It takes a big specialty, or else you'll mess your back up. So they got to be a strong dancer. And so that's how it started coming together.
But you were in an actual. Now you got to talk about the laundromat.
Yeah. So then I started looking for a location, and the choreographer had this space that was kind of just a regular sort of dance studio, and I thought that was fine. But then I thought, maybe we can elevate the story a bit by having it in a location, and maybe if it is in a live location and there's strangers walking into shot, that would be even more riveting. As you saw in that one, no one walked into the shot when we found the location, but it was already hard enough for me to learn a dance that went for 4 minutes without making a mistake. But then I had people watching me from behind the camera, just stopping and watching, and that was really getting in my head. So I'm trying to shut them out, so I don't mess up. But yeah, we used a live laundromat because we wanted to save some money, because locations in Los Angeles, everybody knows that locations can make the money here. So they don't really let you use their location without paying, and we needed to keep an eye on the budget still. So yeah, we figured out a time when the security wasn't around and when we might be able to get away with doing this in a live laundromat. And we got in there for a good 30 minutes or something, and did like 3 takes. And that was one of the takes. That was the take I've never shared with anybody, but the official video is a little different, but it's cool to see. I don't know which one's better, but that's fun to see that one.
I don't know. Well, we're live on YouTube too. And Shane from the Acoustics, that was that comment. He's in a local band here, and they're just awesome. I had his lead singer. Well, he was the lead singer, but it's called Acoustics and a Chick now, because his wife actually is a really great singer. Had her on a couple weeks ago, or last month. Yeah. But I think that's really cool when the musicians come on and start telling the other musicians, hey, because we're all just a big family. We all have to support each other. And I think that's one of the best things about being involved in music.
Was there a comment that I should have seen? I didn't see it.
Oh yeah. Pop that back up there, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, what a fun music video. Very creative. Thank you very much, Shane.
I told him, I said, you like that one, wait till the next one. So you did say that you were in a international songwriting competition. How did you get into that? And you won a prize? Like, what kind of a boost was that for you?
It was a great boost. Yeah. Because I think the part I'm definitely very passionate about songwriting. It's the thing that drives me. Like, besides, I think the two things that made me become a musician is I love singing,
You're
and
very good at it.
oh, thank you. I never think of myself as a great singer. I think of myself like Tom Petty or something like that, which I don't think people often think of him as being a great singer. But as long as the songs are good, the voice gets away with it. But yeah, so singing is just such a pleasure, and then songwriting. But the bits that I feel like I don't focus on enough is like practicing the guitar or trying to be a real accomplished pianist. So when something like the International Songwriting recognizes my songwriting, um, it's really validating, and it makes me realize I'm not totally crazy, and that there's something that I can do. Like I said sort of before, like the first songs I wrote, I think they were pretty good. Whereas, a lot of people you hear, they say, "Oh, it took me a while to be a good songwriter," and I think I was good at the beginning. I might have gone down a little bit, and then really learned a lot of lessons, and then I think I'm made better now, but because I've tried so many ways to write songs. Um, and and actually, when we talked before about songwriting and technique, and one thing I didn't mention is there is a lot of songwriting that comes to me in dreams, which is pretty fun.
Yes. I've got stories in my head that I'll wake up and I'll be like, wow, that dream could be a book, like just, and I actually started two of them because of, I just never have the time to get to them. But it's just so exciting. You wake up from something and you're like, oh, I got to write that down. I got to write that down.
Yeah. Do you
It's like
find
it's
when
already
you
in your head, but your awake mind doesn't let you get to it or something.
Yeah, do you find that when you've had those dreams that you feel like should be a story, can you remember anything in the day where you were thinking a lot about anything related, or even a lot about stories in general, or were you reading a cool book or anything?
No, like just out of nowhere. Like I don't know where this came from. Because I'll write it down and I'll be thinking about it before it goes away. Like where did that even come from? Where did that even come from? And I'll just be trying to think about what could have inspired a dream like that, because it'll be like really weird. I've got some weird stuff in my head, I guess. I don't know.
Wow, that's cool that you're writing it down. I'm excited to see where that goes. Like I think the point of starting any bit of writing, even though the idea of finishing a book or even a song, it's kind of daunting when you think about the whole process. But if you just like write down a few lines and then you never know, it might take you 10 years to finish it, but that's still amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Um, Now, when you got to so you're doing labels too, right? Are you helping other artists with their artwork, or I thought I read somewhere that you might have had some acting roles. I mean, what are you doing out there? You're all over the place.
Yeah, I did some acting. I have some friends that make films and they put me in some films, and it's really fun. Like especially when it's a creative set. And especially, there's all levels of filmmaking in LA, and sometimes there might be people who are just beginning, but occasionally you'll get someone who's really talented as a filmmaker or a screenwriter, and they'll put you in something, and then they'll say, "Oh, by the way, I want you to make up a whole section here," and that's been the biggest buzz. Like I did something like that like last year, and I'm still buzzing. Like when this established director who's done big things says to me, "Oh, I need you to write like 20 words at this section, and you've got 45 seconds to be back for the next take," and that's cool. And when they tell you that it's going to be in the film, and that they like what you came up with, it's really fun. So yeah, filmmaking is great fun, and yeah, when it comes to music videos, I like it. I'm pretty visual, but I also like that video there that you just played. It's a lot of work, and I do wonder, even though I'm really visual and I love music videos, a part of me on the other side is like, I kind of wish they didn't exist, because part of me thinks music should be just listened to, but like I'm almost angry at Elvis Presley because I think he made music visual. Before that, I think it wasn't about him being a heartthrob or shaking his hips and making girls go crazy. It was just people listening and imagining what the artist looked like, or not even thinking about the artist, just enjoying the song. So it's weird, and it's getting weirder. It's getting very visual music, and I can either protest and not be part of it, or I can do my best because I believe in the music and I love the music. And if me giving a visual component is what has to be done, then I guess I have to do it because I kind of feel like it's my duty to the music. If the music's that important to me, it's part of my soul, for lack of a better description. And so I got to do what I can to give it life. And sometimes that feels like a waste of time because you might spend 4 months finishing a music video when you could have finished 5 other songs. But if you finish 5 songs and there's no visual component, then does anybody hear the 5 songs? So it's a challenge. And then my friends sometimes ask me to make a music video for them. I've done that a few times. If I love their music, and I've learned a lot about that. I won't be making music videos for anybody in any hurry. Like again, just in case, unless I'm really like they understand that they're not going to be telling me what to do every step of the way.
Right. You got to have your what is it? A creative license?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's. So what do you think about labels versus being you said, didn't you say something about there was you had a label and he was really good, like one of your first labels or something, but a guy passed away?
Yeah, I had a manager in Australia I made an EP, and then I met a label and a manager, and then we made another EP, and then we met another bigger manager who joined in. There was 2 managers at one point, and then it became just the bigger manager, and he got me on a bigger label for this another EP. And I'd never done a full album until right now. Really, I'm still trying to get this full album out, but it was always these EPs and singles. And cool people. It's very cool when somebody wants to give you their time and they believe in you. But the last manager I had, he did pass away, and he did get me on a label that, it was very, it gives you confidence, but you also learn that nobody in the music industry really knows anything. Everyone's just like, and there's no path to making an artist have a career. It's just throw as many things as you can at the wall, much content or as many shots, songs, releasing songs. And so I think that's what's taken me a while to get this stuff out, is because I am sort of approaching it as my own label, and I am trying to do it at the scale that a label would do it. But a label has, 20 people, and I guess that's what slowed me down. And I've learned a lot about that, and I have questions about whether that's the right approach or not. Maybe it should just be more songs and just slowly let people fall in love with the songs and listen to more songs. Whereas I'm sort of like less songs and more visual components. I don't know. It's such a weird time. And also I think what's happening with creatives, and this goes for films too, because everyone has a camera now on their phone, which is good. Smartphones have good cameras, as we all know, probably. And like I've been in films, and I know that the smartphone is not too far away from a professional camera. I think it's all becoming one job. Like an actor has learned so much about directing because of YouTube and making their own content since they were 15. And then every musician's becoming an art director and an editor. And so I don't even know what's going to happen. What is a singer anymore? Like, are they going to be, if you grow up now and you're, when I was falling in love with the idea of being a singer when I was like 14 or something, I would be like, that's cool. That guy gets to do that, that, and that. And now I'm like, if that was me and I'm watching TikTok, oh, that guy has to go on TikTok every day and really try and sell and make little clips and beg people. I'm not sure if I'd be that excited about the job.
Right? I mean, and it's also like being on a label is like, you got to create on demand. Okay, I need this many songs by this day, and I need the album by this day, and put it out, put it out, put it out, put it out, when you can't create good content on demand like that when you've got that artistic mind, you know. I just, like, if somebody said, yeah, I'll buy your short story if you have it done next week, I'll be like, wait, sorry, it's not going to be any good. But we do have to cut to a commercial, and when we come back, we are going to see you, well, just the top, your head, actually. We're going to, it's called The Night Has an Alibi, and it's a great video. I love it, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
When it comes to podcasts and social media, stick with the best. Grand Forks' best source. Keep up to date with local happenings and news, interviews with city leaders, athletes, nonprofits, and of course, lots of feel-good stories. You know, Grand Forks' best source is a great way to advertise your business or events with the most economical ad packages available. And contact us to find out how you can have your own podcast with the best studio in the area. Check out Grand Forks' best source on your favorite social media app. Grand Forks' best source, the Forks' best local podcast. Call 701-213-0863 or online at gfbestsource.com. We love the Forks. Grand Forks' best source, giving the Forks their identity again.
What's up, Red Lake Nation Radio? This is your host, DJ Soko. Come join me if you're Ace or Donnell from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Soko Saturday, where I have a new segment, Soko's Metal Madness Hour from 7 to 8 p.m., bringing the North all the new and classic metal to the masses. The first 3 hours will be the old school hits, the rock and roll classics, and all other genres of music. Even country. So come take a cruise with me, DJ Soko, bringing the fire right here on 105.3 WRLN, Red Lake Nation Radio. Yeah.
Welcome to Little Blessings Boutique, a gift shop in the heart of Thief River Falls. I invite you to come visit our store. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at what you'll find. We have outfits for the kiddos, gifts of all shapes and sizes, handmade items from local vendors, and even coffee. Whether it's trinkets, crafts, Christian gifts, we have that and more. We even have things that you didn't know you needed. Visit Little Blessings Boutique, our Christian family-owned store, downtown on 3rd, next to Budget, Thief River Falls.
Pioneer 90.1 is a radio station like none other. Local people get to host their own shows, sharing music not heard on other stations. We partner with area nonprofits to present community events like Riverfest. As a non-commercial service, we rely on listeners like you to help us grow this one-of-a-kind radio station, made just for our community. Thank you for your donation.
Visit littlebobbybuzz.com, your source for Little Bobby merch and music. Keep up with the bar, and don't forget about the buzz with Mama T. That's littlebobbybuzz.com.
Dancing alone while all the lights are down. In all you're out, boy.
See, I love the music and it is catchy. And I know, what inspired you to just be a talking head? Were you listening to the talking heads and all of a sudden decided, hey, I should just be a head? I mean, how did you come up with that?
Well, let's see. Yeah, I say it's like the story of a nobody, and how he feels, um, yeah, alienated, and like there's no one like him, and so yeah, it's like the literal translation of being a nobody. Um, and so that's where the inspiration sort of starts. But also, like it's just I love the music, and if there's any way I can get someone to sit there and listen to it for 3 minutes, I'll take a shot.
It's awesome. I mean, I love it. Like, okay, now did you go to college at all? Did you go to like any kind of film classes or music classes or?
Yeah, I actually did study to be an art director. So yeah, it's kind of like I did some music, and then things went a bit south, and then decided to go to college for a while. Yeah, and I graduated to be an art director. It was kind of like for advertising. And so I didn't really like doing. I did work in an agency for a little while, but it's kind of leaves a dirty taste in my mouth. Advertising, it's just all
Yeah,
about
it's
doing
kind
things
of
you
like,
don't believe in.
yeah, it's kind of like prostituting yourself out,
Yeah.
you gotta, and that's one thing. See, I have trouble with it too. I have trouble of like putting myself out there and saying, hey, you should watch me. I'm awesome. I'm great. I'm funny. You know, um, I'm creative. Please watch me. I need all these followers. I mean, I I don't feel comfortable doing that. If I feel like if you're looking for something, you're going to find it. And there's so much out there. But now there's even more out there. Now, how do you like I see that you probably use some AI assistance in your videos, but what do you feel like the AI, the whole AI music has done to the musicians' careers?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the videos we just played was very much there wasn't really what you would call AI. I mean, maybe there's certain things we didn't even realize were doing AI a few years ago, that you could maybe call AI, but I didn't use any AI on those things. Not that I'm opposed to it. I'm sure I will because it's becoming a tool. Um, but I was using After Effects for the more fine stuff, and yeah, that just takes hours of moving little things and
Mm,
like that. But how do I feel about it? Shit, I really don't know what's going to happen. I'm not supposed to say that. Sorry.
that's all right.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. It's you can't fight it. It's here, and it is a tool, and I think people are going to use it effectively for things like VFX, and that goes back to the idea about where a film used to be 100 people. A film will now be made by 1 or 5 people, and I guess music's the same. I don't. Yeah, it's going to happen. Like people are going to use it to write their lyrics. People are going to use it to write their music. And what you and I might love about music, I don't know. It might not live. It might not survive.
And a lot of the time you can tell the difference too. And I feel like it sucks because, you know, there's all these companies out there, they want to do advertising or shows want theme music and instead of hiring and paying for actors to come in or for singers bands to come in and play the theme music, they can just use AI now, and I feel like it's going to take away a little bit. um
Yeah,
I did
totally.
want you to play some live music. Do you ever play live or anywhere? Do you like book gigs or anything, or do you
I
just
haven't been doing it too much because just like I find the logistics of like rehearsing. When I want to do my music live, I'm always thinking about like 6 or 7 piece band. So, but actually, I just recorded a little show. It was just for like people that I knew came, and we did, and we captured it for video. So that's going to be the basis of the new music videos. Um, as much as those creative ones were great, I'm almost going the opposite direction now. I want to show just the natural what a musician does on stage, and yeah, and maybe that's also in reaction to what's happening, because like those videos you played, there wasn't any AI in them, but if people saw them now, maybe they would assume there was. So yeah, the new stuff's going to be live performance, just showing raw performance and passion and personality.
Good.
So there's going to be some stuff coming out like that soon.
Shane's got to comment on this video too. That second video definitely kept me entertained, both musically and visually. The song is very catchy, and I appreciated the humor throughout the video. Me too. I mean, your music is just feel good music. Yeah, and it's catchy. He's right. I mean, and like you're watching and you just kind of chuckle a little bit, you know. I mean, you are really good at that. So I know it's a pain in the butt to do that, but you know, it's kind of like, you know, where AI is going, we either fight it or we go with the flow, and we do what people want, and that's and as long as you're getting your message out there and connecting with the audience, you know. Speaking of which, we got a couple minutes left if you want to pick up the guitar.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's play a song. Yeah, but yeah, I definitely would love to be playing live more, Mama. And if we can, I actually think maybe because of the logistics of bands and getting six guys out in a hotel in a bus, maybe I want to get into house shows. So if anyone knows about house shows, I can come and play just me, and that will save me on hotel fees and airline tickets. Okay, but I know you can cut me off at any point if I don't get through this.
All right.
This is called Stars. I went to my neighbor. He said, well, wait another moment later. You want to find some explanation? Then you really ought to make your own decision. And if something clouds your vision, it's time to move. 'Cause there's too many lights in the city tonight, so I can't see the stars till the moment has passed. So then I went to my doctor. I said, doctor, well, you really ought to help me. Give me some kind of sort of salvation, 'cause I got the situation with my love. And there's too many lights in the city tonight, so I can't see the stars till the moment has passed. So then I wrote myself a letter. It said, soon don't you think you oughta make a move or make a home? 'Cause you've been acting like a stranger, all this waiting, then you get that old sensation. You gotta run. And there's too many lights in the city tonight, so I can't see the stars till the moment has passed.
That one's really catchy too. Like I by the end of the song, I knew the words. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, we are at the end of the show. I did actually have a couple other questions to ask you, but you know what? Sometimes an hour just isn't long enough. And you know what? I want to thank you for being on the show tonight. I really appreciate you. You are so creative. You got such great music out there. Um, for anybody that's interested, we got www.wonsphreely.com, wonsphreely.com. You sell music on Amazon. You also are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Bandcamp. Did I miss any?
No. Well, hit me up and I'll send you something direct.
Yes. And you know what I want to start doing? I want to start getting signed headshots from my guests too. Hint, hint. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all next week. Have a great week. Have a great Memorial weekend. Love you, man. You're awesome.
Love you, Mama T.
See you guys
Thank
next
you.
week.
Are you looking for the local happenings? Your Local 411, the newest publication in the McIntosh area, covers from Winger to Oakley and Boston to Erskine. It has news stories, a local lunch menu, business news, community events, church calendars, sports schedules, blood drives, free classifieds, death notices, birthdays and anniversaries, puzzles, trivia, and paid ad space available. If you want to know what's going on in this area, you need Your Local 411. For submissions, subscriptions, or ad packages, email yourlocal411.mcintosh@outlook.com. That's yourlocal411.macintosh@outlook.com or text 218-693-8075.